Ignite the spark within oneself to light the path of holistic health.
Hello and welcome to the Holy Health Podcast. I'm your host, Mitch. Thanks for joining us today. As always, I'm joined with the esteemed, my queen, my wife, Amanda. How are you today? Welcome.
Thanks. I am okay. I'm sure we'll talk about it further in this episode because today we have a duo personal episode.
The usual. It's usually just me and you. We don't really have guests. But
well, yeah, but it's a personal episode.
Definitely. The dramas of our life.
Yes.
Tune into the soap opera of us.
There are many.
This is us.
It is. Yeah. We watched that last night. I read the book. in like a day, and then I read it. Or not. This Is Us. This Is Us is a TV show.
Yes.
So I got Us, and I just ran with it. I have not watched This Is Us.
Me neither. Well, actually, I think I have.
Yeah, no.
Back in the day.
It was like so big, and I just didn't.
2018, before the COVID stuff.
I wasn't into TV at that point.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't watch anything, really.
My parents watched it.
Yeah. Not mine. Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe they did.
I doubt it.
Who knows?
Doesn't seem like it.
Anyways, today's a personal episode. So I have a personal question for you.
I have a personal answer.
Okay. What is one thing that I have conditioned you to do? Like in your life, you've had to implement or chosen to implement because of me. Make it weird. Make a serious one and a weird one.
More than one?
Yeah, two.
Well, you made me quit smoking marijuana.
Okay. That's fun. Kind of.
Fun?
I don't know. Okay. What else?
I
didn't make you. I gave you an ultimatum. I didn't say, you must quit. I said, you must quit or I'm going to leave.
Right.
Well, you could have said, too bad, so sad, you know?
Yeah.
So, I didn't make you. I just gave you a choice.
Our love is so strong.
It is.
I didn't want to lose that. Yeah. So.
You'll get high enough from me and you being together that you didn't need that anymore.
Right. Yeah. You are my marijuana
now. Okay, give me like a weird, funny one.
Weird, funny one?
Yeah, I'm thinking
that you conditioned me to do?
Yeah, I'm thinking of one.
I don't know.
You don't know? I can think of one at least. Squeegee the shower. That's what I was thinking.
Oh. Stuff like that. Okay.
Well, yeah.
I was thinking more like you told me that I had to do something a certain way, not like...
Well, yeah, I said you have to squeegee the shower door every time you get a shower.
Tongue scraping.
Oh, there you go. That's a good one, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were big on that, so I jumped on that bandwagon as well.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So
you squeegee your tongue and the shower now.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I even waxed the shower door. So I took it that much further. And I got car wax, and I waxed the shower door.
Yeah.
So.
It just beads up beautifully now.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Cool.
What about you?
What have I done now because of you?
Nothing.
I don't know. You don't have like set ways, you know?
I don't impose my will on others like you do.
I mean, I just kind of morphed my life. I didn't deny it. I just kind of morphed my life around yours, I would say, you know? Like, whatever your schedule is for that phase of life becomes my schedule.
Which isn't really a lot to ask, I don't think.
Depends on the schedule.
Yeah.
7:30, time for bed. Okay. You know?
But you like to go to bed early.
Yeah, but that's a little early. Especially in the summer. That's tough in the summer.
Yeah, that sucks.
But Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of like anything homey that I've done because of you.
Yeah, you just like don't listen to anything I have to say usually.
Like what?
Like kitchen stuff, you like deny, or like you're so adverse to using a whisk.
I did use one the other day
Did you?
for the brownies.
Instead of a fork.
Well, I don't like to wash a whisk.
It's like literally the easiest thing to wash.
It's annoying to wash.
You
There's
put it
so
in
many
water
wires.
and
I don't like to wash anything, but especially a whisk. But I did use one the other day, so maybe I'm transforming.
I'm working on you.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
It's taken...
Using a cutting board.
How many...
She doesn't do that.
I do too. I did today. How many years? It's taken, 5 years? We missed our meet-iversary.
Did we?
It was in April, so clearly.
I didn't get any pictures or things on my phone.
My phone didn't tell me.
My phone didn't tell me.
Our hangout-iversary, I think, is coming up in May. My break-up-iversary is also coming up, I think, pretty soon. Probably in the next couple days, actually.
We moved quick.
Definitely. Yeah.
I was actually just thinking about that today whenever we first met, and like how significant it was. Like we were having a conversation about COVID stuff or whatever, and I was working, you were at the restaurant, and we were just chatting it up, and I brought my phone up for some reason, or I had my red glasses.
Your phone screen was red.
Yeah, but we were talking about red glasses too at some point, and like you were like super surprised, like, wait, you have them? You wear blue blockers? I was like, yeah. And I pulled my phone out, and you were like, your phone screen's red? I thought that was cute.
Yeah. The rest is history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like how...
We went from that to engaged in 6 weeks.
6
Not
weeks?
really. I'm kidding.
6 months, maybe.
No, it was about a year.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I waited a year.
Yeah.
But no, I was thinking today, like, how crazy it is. Because to be that way, not that, like, there's not a lot of people that read their phone screen, wear red color lenses, are into biohacking like that, and into health things on that level. And then we both meet each other in a small town community of like 1,000 people, and like the odds of that are insane.
Definitely.
If you really think about it.
Yeah, it was definitely a right place, right time thing.
And I saw you before, like in the restaurant and stuff. And like, I was like, oh, who's this cute girl? You know?
I just did my thing.
Maybe I'll get her number sometime.
Even though you definitely were waiting on me with my boyfriend at the time.
Yeah.
Couple times. Probably once or twice.
At least once.
Yeah.
I just ignored that fact.
Yeah. It's my brother.
Just because there's a goalie doesn't mean he can't score, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely right place, right time.
Yeah, so I thought that was cute.
I wasn't supposed to be there, and I was hungry. And if it wasn't for masks, I would have went somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. But here we are, 5 years later.
Doing it.
Thriving.
Couldn't be better.
No. Not at all. So what's up? What are we talking about today on our personal journeys?
Well, I think we need to address the elephant in the room, which was why we had to take a break for so long.
Okay.
So I think that's probably a big part of the conversation today.
Okay. I feel like we briefly addressed it initially on the first episode back, but we can go into it further.
Yeah. So, do I want to start with myself and then you go, or what?
I mean, I would say so because you were kind of like the catalyst of the break, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we both played a role, but you were kind of like the determining factor.
Right. So yeah, I'll just go into it. We were doing the thing, recording podcasts once a week forever. We didn't miss a week. And then at one point, we missed a day. And we were like, no big deal. And then that like kept happening every
That's how
once
it
in a while.
begins. You miss one workout, you miss one podcast, you
Then you
miss
start
one
slacking.
thing. That's over.
Yeah. That was the beginning of the end when we missed our streak. And then we allowed ourselves to miss here and there. And I think a lot of the reasons why that discipline kind of like slacked off on my end was just being so fucking miserable. Like, I was working a shitty job that I hated. Wasn't necessarily the work, but just like the environment, the commute was like horrendous. It's like, it's really dumb work too. I was operating heavy equipment, so like there's no
mental stimulation.
Yeah, like I didn't have to think about much of anything. Like I didn't have to use numbers or process information or ask questions to other people. It was very much like you can do your own thing and it's fine, you know? Like pick up the dirt and put it somewhere else, you know? And that was grueling for me mentally. Like struggled bad to be happy in any way, shape, or form. Like all of my healthy mindset stuff that I learned and was able to, use to transform my life at one point pretty much just meant nothing. And I became very apathetic and depressed. And I didn't really care about anything, including my marriage, including my, what would I call it? My abstinence from pornography. Didn't care about that type of stuff. Yeah, I just kind of like, I was like on the edge of relapse for a while. And then one night it just like happened. I just did it. I was like, fuck it. I think we were fighting or something. It was like our relationship was not thriving for a while. And, we were in couples therapy. I think we talked about that.
I think so.
If that's still up.
It's not.
The episode's probably not available anymore, but we did mention that we went to therapy for a little bit. Well, how long did we go?
It was
We went longer than necessary.
It was a little over 6 months, I think.
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, maybe. That was quite a while.
Yeah. Wasn't very helpful.
No, we were, I don't know. I think we were beyond what this therapist had to offer.
Definitely. Yeah. So yeah, we were fighting at one point, and anytime we are fighting, I like really badly want to like do drugs and watch porn and like do all the things. Like I'm like, there's something inside of me that's like, you're free now and you can do whatever you want. And there's no consequences. Which I don't know what that voice is inside of me that does that, but it's a very dangerous one. And I let him win many times. Well, not many, but more than I would like to admit. And, it's our belief and my belief that pornography is a version of cheating. It's not necessarily, well, I wouldn't say, let me reframe that. I don't think pornography is cheating, but I do think that you are committing adultery whenever you watch pornography. So there's a clear distinction between the two. Cheating, people think about like, how could it possibly be cheating? It's not another person. That doesn't make any sense. I kind of agree with that, but that doesn't mean that it's not adulterous of action.
I think the line depends on the person. Like, I have no desire to watch porn, like, ever. So, like, if I was watching it, it would be a different experience than if you were. Like, if, I don't know, if you have, like, a casual, like, consumer.
I'm just going to watch dicks and vaginas for a little bit.
Well, some people aren't addicted, you know? If you're addicted, that's a whole different ballgame than, like, somebody who's not.
Yeah, but still, at the same time, that doesn't omit the action of adultery.
No, I guess not. But I think the
Is it on the same level of, like, mental struggle and, like, addiction? No. Like,
yeah, the intensity of the situation
is it going to affect the person's timeline of their life? Probably not.
Yeah, the intensity is different.
Yeah.
I think it just depends on the person.
Yeah, I agree with that, for sure. So, that's what I was up to. So I was at that job for 1 year and 8 months. So I was driving an hour and a half one way.
It was counting.
For 1 year and 8 months. And I ended up quitting. Thank God. Wish it was sooner, but thank God. And I would say pretty much as soon as I started was when shit started going bad.
Definitely with us, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think things were not great prior to starting either in our personal life. I don't think our personal life has been great since we got married. But it definitely intensified when you started there.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what happens whenever you don't have your own space. You know, like, we're married, but we were living with your parents because of my bad financial decisions in life. So we had to really work our way out of a big hole that I dug. And, you know, that's not optimal for a marriage, especially a new one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so good thing we didn't have any kids to add into that situation.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been not great.
No.
Very bad. So,
yeah.
Anyways, back to that. So all of that was kind of happening behind the scenes. Well, leading up to quitting the podcast for a little bit was when all of this edge of relapse was building. And I was really depressed. I didn't know what I was doing with my life. Like, I had a lot of family problems and just, like, a lot of personal stuff was kind of, like, boiling over for some reason. Like, it was almost like 5 years of my life kind of just finally boiled over. And I just, like, couldn't handle anything. And yeah, I was kind of like, I felt, and you can chime in on if you agree, but almost as if you were kind of walking on eggshells around me when it came to, like, I don't know, any type of criticism or a conversation that might be leaning towards something that's constructive, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, you would, even, like, things that I didn't intend to go in that direction would be, like, twisted into that direction. I'd be like, well, I didn't mean that. I'm not talking about that, you know?
Yeah, like, I was just so focused on my own self and, like, everything that I had going on that I was, like, just hyper vigilant in hating myself, pretty much. So if somebody was getting close to that same idea, I just leaned into it and was like, yeah, I suck, I'm a piece of shit, like, what's it matter, like, whatever, I'll just kill myself.
Yeah, and I'm like, didn't insinuate any of that.
Yeah, I'll just drive off the bridge tomorrow.
Yeah. Big pity parties.
Yeah, lots of pity parties was happening. So, you know, then it's hard to get on to sit down and record an episode for a podcast that you put out into the world and be like, oh yeah, everything's great. Like, learn from me. I'm an educator. Let me tell you how to live your life. Meanwhile, I'm like crashing and burning. And it just got to the point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like we gotta stop. We gotta take a break and see if we want to do it again. And I think we kind of stopped, and then we came back, and then we stopped again, and then it was like, all right, let's really take a break this time, set it aside, and we'll see if it comes back to us.
Yeah.
So here we are.
It came back.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So how did you get out of that space?
Well, I sought help, professional help that I paid for. I went through 2 different therapists, and then I finally found a good one. Third time's a charm. Yeah, that's how that saying goes. And she was great. Her name's Ellen. She is stationed. She does a lot of online stuff too, so she would be available to do EMDR online. So that's kind of why I sought her out. She was trained in like all of the things. She had like every training that you could think of. She's like internal family systems certified, EMDR, parts work, spirituality, different things. She was certified in all sorts of crazy stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. So she had a very well-rounded approach of anything that you had, she could figure it out. She has a pretty cool story too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's an interesting person. But she helped a ton with working on all my shit that I had going on.
Yeah.
EMDR was a pretty crazy experience for me. But that's how.
Yeah.
Was EMDR, doing all that
That was
work.
the ticket.
Definitely the ticket. Because I did some work on some of my childhood stuff before, but I don't think it really stuck.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of things you can do that just keep you spinning your wheels. Or like you like regress back to it. But the EMDR stuff, I really do think sticks. At least it stuck for me. And it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Over a year for some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost 2 actually.
Yeah, I think some of it you have to continue to like refresh on the concepts that you learned and like remind yourself of all the things. You have to like do a little refresher every once in a while, because I think you can get kind of stagnant and easily fall back to those same patterns, because those patterns are hardwired in your brain. And the EMDR work kind of does the rewiring of things. So if you allow yourself to revert backwards, you will. So you still have to be diligent. It's not a magic pill that you can take and just forget everything. It is a pretty magical experience, but you still have to do that little refresher every once in a while, I think. You have to stay diligent in your pursuit of being mentally well.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a cure-all. It's not like, oh, I did EMDR on this thing and now, like, I'm happy forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
Definitely. I don't know who's telling that lie, but yeah, it's definitely one.
Yeah. Nobody's happy forever.
No.
All the time.
No.
Happiness is fleeting.
Mm.
Just like everything else.
Yep.
Nothing is forever.
It isn't.
No. So what was your experience like? What were some of the things going on your side of the street during all of that?
I mean, honestly, I don't really remember. Like, I was trying to think. I don't know. I mean, I was just struggling, I guess, What am I doing with my life? Like, just getting through my days. That's kind of been my life for a long time.
5 years, at least.
6, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it is 2026 now.
Is,
so.
yeah, 6 years. Yeah, I mean, like, I was tiptoeing around you and like trying to navigate your stuff, but at the same time I was like, you got to figure out your life because like I don't have the capacity to like hold your hand basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought it was interesting too because there was a part in our relationship and in that process where we were like, before that we were so connected.
Mm-hmm.
We were so like dependent of each other, and maybe to a faulty degree, but like I think we've learned through this process too that we need that codependency to a degree. Like there's an important part of codependency that we have to still have.
Well, you went through this whole codependency is bad thing.
Yeah.
Which, yes, it is. Like, you don't want to be super duper codependent with people.
I personally think I fall into that really easily.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm susceptible to that type of being. Like I will submit myself to you just so you can be happy. We'll do everything your way, and I will deprive myself of whatever just as long as you're happy. Like I am extremely susceptible to being that way.
Yeah.
And I still am that way.
But then I feel it and then I get mad and then nobody's happy anyways. But you went through this thing where you're like, we're two codependents. You were like trying to be independent or whatever. Mm-hmm. And that really hurt our relationship. And then I got mad because I was like, I understand that codependency is bad and it's like the trendy thing to talk about how you need to be independent and whatever. But in a marriage, I think there has to be some level of codependency. Or like, what's the point of the marriage?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like, I don't know. I guess the modern way is like, you just cohabitate. Like, you're just coexisting. And we didn't build our relationship with coexistence.
No.
So, yeah, I mean, I really did, like, try to zoom out and look at our relationship and be like, was this codependent? And I really don't think it was.
No, not to the degree that, the definition of it would be. Just like I said, I was susceptible to that idea, to that concept. I personally am susceptible to that. So I was trying to figure that out and kind of remove myself from the possibility of it being that way.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of, which I don't know what happened first or not, but I remember when I first started at that job, I was talking to the coworkers, and everyone's always bitching about their wives, right? Or their girlfriends or whoever.
Oh yeah, this is a big thing.
And I started participating in that conversation, which I never did before. Like I never complained about you to the guys at work or whatever. I never really had that opportunity or that experience. And then when it came, like I was like, yeah, she's a bitch. Yeah. Like she did this too. Yeah.
So you'd be talking about all of these bad and annoying things that I'm doing, and then you would have that energy and you would show up at home like in a different way.
Yeah, like, hey, like I just talked shit about you today.
You would be validated for 8 to 10 hours about how I suck. Right. And then you come home and all you see is how much I suck.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a big problem for sure.
Which was one of the reasons why we were in the... I separated us from my family was because of a lot of the shit talking, So it's like, I literally did the thing that I set boundaries around.
Yeah. You like ostracize yourself from your family because of that, but then you went to work and you did that.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Whew. So yeah, that was an interesting thing that happened.
Yeah. Yeah,
and it was funny because I didn't even recognize that I was doing it. It was just part of the culture out there in blue collar world. It's like everyone wants to bitch about their wives, and or like somebody married somebody that you don't like anymore, but you're still together, and like time away from your person is awesome. and you don't want to leave work because then you have to go home, you know. Like, they'd rather be at work than be at home. That's like the type of people. So I fell right into that culture, like, super easily. I didn't even recognize it until we went to therapy, and she brought it up, and I was like, oh shit, I did that. Like, I totally did that. I didn't even know that I was doing that, and it was crazy. But yeah, that was a major pivotal moment where it was kind of like part of the beginning of the end, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, you could have just been complaining about me just to complain about whatever. But if you're taking your relationship issues to your coworkers or your friends or whoever, and you're not addressing them also or exclusively with your spouse, you're just going to continue to have issues, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was a big thing, for sure. But yeah, during that time, I was just trying to survive, I guess. And like I said, I don't really remember anything significant on my end that was occurring. I was struggling, I know that, but I don't know if there's anything like big and significant.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah, you were just kind of going through the motions, I guess, surviving. Well, you got fired.
That was last May.
Well, you were dealing with stress of work, so.
Yeah, I was dealing with the stress of work, and then I wasn't working anymore because I got fired, and then that was a mixed feeling because I was like, oh, I'm done, thank God. But then I was like, now what? Which I'm still figuring out. I'm getting closer though. It's happening.
It was kind of funny. You got to the point where you were kind of starting to figure things out.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like in a good mood and like
Yes.
you were on a good path.
It shifted.
Yeah, you were feeling good and things were, in your rearview mirror, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden,
I had a good 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months of freedom.
2 months out of 6 years. Yeah. December and January. Like mid-December, probably mid-December to mid-February was like good. I like stopped therapy. I was like telling my homeopath like everything's so good, you know? And then it became not good. And I lost my mind. I lost my mind more than, I've lost my mind in quite a while. Yeah. Which I'm trying to pull myself out of currently. But we haven't been getting a lot of good sleep lately. And I think everything is so much harder when you don't get good sleep.
100%.
So I'm really trying not to have a meltdown every morning because of the lack of sleep. But it's a work in progress.
Yeah. You were kind of in a good place and then all of a sudden rock bottom again.
I took a big old nosedive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was in a good place.
I mean, you've been in a good place. Yeah, you basically shifted because when I started to rock bottom again, that was around the same time you quit work. It was like the same week. I think we had like 5 days maybe of like
being on the same
good
page.
time together.
Like,
we're like,
good.
Things are good. And then it really shifted and you were like, this is the best time of my life. And I'm like, I want to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not really on the same page ever with our energy and emotions, it seems. But maybe someday we'll get there. Yeah, I've been very much struggling. I mean, March was horrendous. End of February and March were absolutely awful. March has been awful every single year since 2020, I think.
Yeah.
It's like cursed. Like when I just put me to sleep for March, I'm going to hibernate. But April was pretty rough too. And it felt really horrible and long. And I don't know. I think March is the worst month of the year because like you get like 1 or 2 nice days, but like it's March, so you feel like it should be getting warm now, and you should feel some relief and maybe see the sun 3 or 4 times in that month. And the fact that that doesn't happen is extremely challenging for me. I've been realizing, like, my direct connection to happiness, contentment, whatever you want to call it, and the weather is massive. Like today, it was sunny and warm, and I got to lay out in the sun for a bit. And I made dinner. This is a huge deal.
That's a good point.
I made...
Dear Lord, please let it be sunny every day when I get home.
And I was like working on stuff. Like I was like doing things, you know? And I've noticed that there's a direct connection between those two things, the weather and my sanity.
Mm.
So the fact that March is like at the tail end of winter and like always has some type of traumatic upset is not a good thing. But I've been really trying, and this is like the past 3 days, so, you know, new. But I've been really trying to get back into like a good space mentally.
Which is pretty challenging for what you're dealing with.
For sure. So I started listening to The Secret for the first time ever. And I've never read it either. But I started listening to it. And I'm trying to get back into that like law of attraction, like manifesty mindset. And it's interesting because I don't really believe in manifestation anymore in that specific way. I'm not like, I want a red Mustang. And like, I'm going to visualize it every day until I get one. You know, I'm like, at this point, I'm more broad of like, I want the perfect car for me at the perfect time type of thing. Like, I'm not like visualizing the specific house that I want to live in. I'm like, I want natural light and a yard and like basic stuff. So I've kind of gotten away from that way of being. And I'm like, I just need to brainwash myself back into that space. Because my life was way better when I was in that space. And I think I talked about this, was it last week or a couple weeks ago? But like I need to get back to that space of like delusional law of attraction vibes.
Yeah. Because
everything is way better. So I'm trying to brainwash myself currently with that.
How's it going?
I think it's good. I mean,
It's only been
it's been a couple days. I think I started Saturday and it's Monday, or Friday and it's Monday. Yeah. So it's been a couple of days, but like I think it feels like the right thing to do. Because when I first started listening, I was like, oh, I don't like believe this way anymore. Because like I said, it's more like what's meant to be will be. Like in Kabbalah, they teach, you know, like what's meant to be, like this is perfect. What a pleasure that whatever's happening is happening. It's more like broad. And it's not aligned with manifestation, law of attraction necessarily. So I'm like, I just have to believe both. Because they're both, I think, helpful, you know? So I'm back at it. We'll see how it goes. I'll keep everyone updated. But it's interesting because I notice things in my life that occur like at the same time every year. So like March always has some type of traumatic fuckery. April, it does.
Fuck you, March.
I don't like it. I need to do some work around that. But April is always, it seems like I'm always doing like a 30-day challenge in April. And I think it's because March is so terrible that I'm
trying to get yourself out of it.
I need to pull out of this. Yeah. Like I remember March 2020, I ran every day for 30 days. And this past April, I wrote a book in 30 days. I wrote 80,000 words in 30 days. And I think it's just kind of like...
It's pretty sweet.
The book?
Yeah.
I know.
I was thinking about that today. I was like, wow, she did a really good job.
I still can't believe it happened. It's crazy.
It's something to definitely be proud of.
Yeah. It's
For
very
sure.
interesting. Tough thing. But I think what I learned from that is that is now my process for first drafts. Any future book that I ever write, I will write it in 30 days. And when you write a book, it's not like, it's done, let's put it out in the world. Like, you have to go through many different drafts of the book.
You're going to have like 10 drafts.
Yeah.
So you might as well just put it all out there as quick as possible.
Yeah, so like it's continually evolving until it's done. So like the first draft is not the book, but it is. So that's going to be my process from here on out, is to write like the first draft in 30 days. Idea. Because it was just like such a perfect flow for me. It was just what I needed. So yeah, I wrote a book in 30 days this past April. So while I was struggling to make it through the days, I also was like very productive at the same time, which is really interesting.
It's important for you, I think.
Definitely. To
do that type of stuff. You're very task oriented.
For sure.
You want to do things to make you feel productive and to make you feel like you're going towards something.
For sure. Like, I don't miss workouts. I didn't miss a day of writing. Like, I keep at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extremely dedicated.
Super crucial. Like, every day I wake up and I'm like, I'm so tired. I don't want to work out. And then I get to a point in the day where I'm like, okay, I'm not as tired as I was at 5 a.m. So I'll go work out now. Because I can't not.
Yeah.
Then I would feel bad.
Yeah. I need to get back into the gym.
Yeah. But I don't know how we got here, but that's kind of where I am, is pulling myself out of...
We were talking about how important it is for you to set a goal in the April. You're kind of working through how you have these cycles that happen in your life.
Yeah.
And April always seems to be some type of 30-day challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I have a journal. It's... What's it called? The one where I write a thing every day?
A word a day or line a day?
Maybe it's a line a day. I don't remember. It's basically a journal where for 5 years you write like a sentence or two every single day. So it's like a brief journaling of like, I don't know, like, went to the swimming pool today and saw Frank or whatever. And
what's up, Frank?
And so...
Do you know Frank?
I don't think.
No.
Frank Gallagher. That's it. I don't know anybody else.
Shout out Frank Gallagher.
But I have this journal, and so I'm on the 3rd year out of 5. So I have 2 previous years that I can look back on, and there are like parallel things that I'm doing on the same day. And I don't know, because I don't write, I'm a day behind. So every morning I write the previous day's entry.
Mm.
So I don't see what the next day is until the day after it. So it's not like I'm like, oh yeah, 2 years ago I did this, I'm going to do that again. Like, I just flip to the page and I'm like, oh, I did the same thing. So that's really, it's interesting to me how that works out. Like,
that is pretty cool.
All of these different ways that our lives are kind of cyclical. I think.
Cyclic. Either way.
Are a cycle. They are a cycle. What else?
I don't know. You want to keep talking about your experience?
Sure. Where should I go?
Well, you were kind of talking about your struggle and kind of some of the things that you were dealing with, but like getting through maybe what you're dealing with now. I don't know if you want to share anything about that.
I don't know. Do you? I'm not sure.
That's up to you.
Why is it up to me?
Well, I think it's more your thing than it is my thing. We're both dealing with it, but like, I want to make sure that the energy is protected for you specifically.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's opinions that bother me as much as it is like when you put that onto a being, it's like if you have cancer, like, are we going to tell everybody that you have cancer? And then everybody's like, oh my God, yes. And then like all the worry is like going towards that.
I probably wouldn't want to tell anybody, but I probably would end up telling everybody. I'd be like, don't tell anybody, but I have cancer. That would probably be me. But like the ego, like the hard ass version of myself is like, I wouldn't tell anybody. I'd just die all by myself.
Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't tell many people if I did, because I think the energy around that is important. That's like I said, if you have cancer and everybody's like, oh my God, he has cancer, and it's like all negative and everybody thinks you're gonna die, like that's not great energy.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah. So Lily is experiencing a circumstance at the moment, I guess you could say. And so it's not a new thing, but we received a diagnosis in February that basically sent me over the edge, because I very much believe we should have received that 6 months before.
And you kind of had a feeling about it.
I did, but I chose to trust the vet, which was very interesting because I don't typically do that. But I was like, I'm healing. Like, I'm gonna trust people. And like, we've been to this vet a lot, and like, he's one of the ones that like I like, I guess you could say, and like trusted his opinions to an extent. And so I was like, all right, I'll just trust it. And then we went to a different vet for acupuncture, and this vet was like, yeah, that's not what's going on. This is what's going on. And I was like, what? And then I lost my mind for 2 months. And it didn't help that I was taking some homeopathy that kind of, I mean, it was like perfect timing, but like awful timing, It was like being in the mold. It was like a good thing because it pushed me into like a new timeline, but it was also like
to me.
It was like also a terrible thing because I was like so sick, and there was like so many things involved with that. So the homeopathy that I was taking was pretty much that circumstance with Lily's circumstance. So it was like perfectly horrible timing. And I think it definitely, I mean, it was very, like, I talked to my homeopath about it, and she was like, oh yeah, we like blew the lid off of that. I was like, yeah. So I don't know. It's interesting because I've been saying she's only 6, but she was 5 when this started, which is even worse than 6. Yeah. But, so like I went into full obsessive mode after this vet appointment, and like was researching everything that I could research. I was like looking up stem cells and peptides and like all of the things. And
research, like, yeah,
like all night, like looking for things. And so we finally formulated like a game plan, and we've been trying to support her in the ways that we can through that, but it's extremely challenging for me to, I don't know, deal with it. Because she's only 6. It's like interesting because, so like my family dog was 17 when she died. And then my childhood like family cat was probably close to that age. We don't know how old she was. But she was over 15, I'm pretty sure. Somewhere.
Well.
Yeah. So they were both really old. Like, they lived very full lives. And they were both healthy. Like, they didn't need to go to the vet. They didn't have, like, issues. Either of them. And dealing with that is like a walk in the park. Like, when they both died.
When they die of old age, it's like, oh.
It was, like, no big deal. I mean, it was sad. Like,
sad
I was like,
watch.
Oh, this is sad. Like, and we've spent so much of our lives together, but they lived a full life, they were 17, let's say, when it's unexpected or even expected, and like the animal person, whatever, is like young, that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, it sucks.
And that's when I lose my shit.
Premature death.
Yeah.
Not cool.
And like with Roxy, my other shepherd, so she died very suddenly. Like we woke up one day and she was like totally fine, and then she was like dead that night. And at the time, and up until recently, I was like, that's the worst, because it's like so unknown. It's like I was constantly making sure everybody was like still healthy and alive after that. Like, are you okay? Is she okay? Are they okay? Is he okay? You know, I'm like constantly.
She's burping. Is she okay?
Yeah,
she's panting. What does that mean? Is she okay?
I mean, I'm laughing, but it's really not funny, because that was a result of that. Like, I've always been hyper aware, but I was not to that extent with animals until after that circumstance.
Yeah, that was a rough one for you.
So that happened, and I was like, that's the worst. Sudden, unexpected death is the worst. I changed my mind.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Slow, progressive declines are the worst.
Specifically for young.
Yeah. I mean, if it's a 17-year-old dog and you just see it slowly declining, that's sad, but
that's the cycle of life.
Expected. If you have a 6-year-old dog that's slowly declining and progressing with what she has going on, that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
Because then you prolong the grieving. You're like grieving before it even happens. Where like with Roxy, like I woke up that day and I was like, okay, I'm just like chilling, and then I'm like plunged into the grieving. Like a cold bucket of water was dumped on my head of grief. And I'm like, whoa, I was like shocked, literally. So I was like, that was the worst, but not, just kidding, it's not the worst. This is definitely the worst.
This is Chinese torture, water torture.
This is a slow torment. Yeah.
Yeah. You're getting water dripped on your forehead.
Definitely.
Just.
For sure. Like months.
Ever.
Which is fine, because like I will torture me for years, you know? Like, bring it.
If that's what it takes, yeah.
Like, I just to like have her here longer, like torture me for years. But it's still torture.
Yeah.
Unless she has a miraculous healing, which I'm not rolling out yet. Unless that happens, torture me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad to see happen, and just like her vibe and her energy levels. She's still a puppy. Like, she still feels like she's a puppy.
Mm-hmm.
And she loves to run and play and do all the things, but she literally can't.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for her, she's like, why? Like, what's going on? Why can't I do this anymore? Like, she doesn't even know what's happening.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, is the hard part to witness.
For sure.
That's the struggle to see happen.
Definitely.
Like when we go outside and we like try to play the ball, and I mean, she doesn't mind.
Yeah.
She still runs and tries to jump and chase and whatever, and it doesn't affect her at all. But we see the difference.
For sure.
And then it's like,
yeah, the modifications and the adjustments that have to be made. For sure. So, yes, I'm trying to pull my mindset out of, where is it? The depths of hell.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I've written down.
Really?
Amanda, underline, back in hell.
The 2 good months above the ground.
Yep. Welcome back to hell.
Yeah, here I'm back.
You got a golden ticket.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I definitely went through a heavy grieving process through March. Well, and it was like 3 days before we moved in here, into this house, is when we learned this circumstance. So I feel like, we waited for so long to move in here, well, not here, but like we waited so long to like move into like a house. And then we do all this work to like make this house like our house. And then 3 days before, it's like, and you will not be happy. You will suffer.
Yeah.
So like I move
This
in,
is awesome. Oh shit.
and I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like I don't care where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like I could have been anywhere. And I was like, eh. And it's kind of been like that. Like I'm here, but I don't know. I'm here, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
So that was annoying. How
Yeah.
that kind of worked out.
Took the wind right out of our sails.
Yeah, but you were also experiencing the best time of your life at the same time.
I mean, we were both really excited. We were both like pumped. We were like talking about doing the podcast again. We were like, can't wait to get over there. We're gonna make a studio.
And we spent like 2 months like working here.
Yeah, we were getting ready for everything, and we were talking about how we're gonna do videos, and we're gonna have so much time to do stuff. And we talked about the cooking show. You talked about yoga videos and YouTube, and we talked about all this stuff and how excited we were. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna do all these things, and then
I
shit
just
hits the fucking
cry
fan.
on the couch all day.
Yeah, and it's like
every day for 2 months.
Fuck,
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
How do people do it? I don't know.
I don't know either. So there's that. That's where I've been at. I've also been, furiously, I don't know, thinking about breeding, which we know this is a whole other episode. I'm going to do a dog episode sometime. But like breeding.
I think that's coming up.
Is it?
Probably next month.
Cool. So this is kind of, what's going on is kind of a result of bad breeding. And so I'm all fired up about that again. And,
Which they are making some legislation about it, which we didn't know until...
That's so great.
Until we discovered some of that yesterday. Was that yesterday or this weekend? Something?
Yeah, the Ridgeland Farm Beagle situation where they were breeding beagles, 1,500, which I'm sure many more already went, but for animal testing. And so they are rescuing them.
Which that's insane.
That's like, a lot of beagles.
If anybody out there is like, what's wrong with that? Like, you're an asshole, piece of shit. Because, like, what's the point of testing cosmetics on a fucking beagle?
I think
what's that
going
to tell you? And that, too, what's that going to tell you? You're telling me that you're going to give this dog a pill, some type of drug, then we're going to see how it reacts. Oh, maybe it dies. What's that going to tell? Like, that tells you that that's poisonous to a dog?
I mean, we're not dogs. The way that we as a society treat animals is disgusting. It makes me want to go vegan again.
I mean, dogs can't even eat onions or grapes or so many things because it's toxic to them. We can eat all those things. It's not toxic to us.
And like beagles are so
how are they the same?
Gentle and just like
what's the point? Why are you testing that on animals? I feel like that's such a barbaric like. Let's just see what happens here. Let's give the dog the thing. It's like, this is 2026. Like, let's get over that. Like,
well, thankfully,
we should know by now.
They are.
Certain chemicals, we literally know the structure of chemicals. We have this thing, it's called chemistry. It's a whole study, a whole field of study that people do. And we know exactly the type of molecule that you can put together and string together and put it into something. And then we know a lot of science about how that is metabolized in the human body and, the mechanisms of action. Like, we kind of know how all that shit works. So, why do we have to use dogs? It's crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Like, the whole Anthony Fauci thing, like the torturing the beagles. I forget the crazy shit that he was doing, but it was some barbaric, torturous, like, disgusting, inhumane, like, horrible shit.
For sure.
So, fuck that.
Yeah. How do we get here? Oh, breeding. Yeah, breeding. So I'm all fired up about that again. I'm like, I need to rescue animals. But
someday we'll have a farm.
Yeah.
And we'll have a sanctuary for animals.
Someday. Yeah. If my emotional state can take it. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's
You can
where
just walk the grounds whenever you want. You don't have to do anything.
there we go. That's where I have been and am and
Yeah.
will
I'll
be.
say, so like what I've seen, initially like the beginning was horrible, right? With, good reason, right?
With Lily, the diagnosis?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
How you handled it.
It was horrible.
Well, there's no good way to handle it.
Yeah.
But I've definitely seen you kind of handle it. You're handling it better. Like, you know, you go through like these moments of like despair and hopelessness and sadness. And I would kind of be like, hey, this isn't really the time for that. Like, I understand
Which was not helpful.
that this is not good, but we don't have to. She's still here. She's still with us, And I don't know, I guess you said it wasn't helpful. I thought it was. Because you kind of pulled yourself out of that moment and kind of came back to reality a little bit. And I've seen you do that a few times. And I guess apparently it wasn't from anything that I said, but just from what you have gone on in your own brain. You've kind of been able to kind of maybe flow through those emotions a little bit and be able to come back to like where I'm at. You've been able, I don't know. I don't know if I'm saying anything right now or like making any sense, but I think you've done pretty well.
I mean,
far.
I think I went through like a grieving process of the news, is what I was kind of going through. Plus the homeopathy. I was like crying every day, like just randomly. Like we'd be like going somewhere, like going to dinner, and I'd be like crying. Yeah, I mean, I think I was grieving the news of the circumstance. And I don't know, it's interesting because, like, we're with her every day, so like you don't see things the same way as if you're, checking in once a month or whatever. So it's hard to tell, like, what's real, I guess you could say. Like, progressive state of things. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like, how quickly is it going or whatever.
Yeah.
But
yeah, because you're always like, is she doing good today? Or is she doing bad today?
yeah, I've been trying to, just accept what is and all of that cheesy stuff. But it depends on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. That's where we're at. I'm just going to listen to Secret every day, though, and hope it kind of shifts the energy for me a little bit.
Hopefully, at some point, we can both get on the same page with our life trajectory, and we can work together.
Hopefully, eventually.
In both of our energies, and we can like really converge.
Someday.
We're both feeling good. We're both motivated. We're both driven.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Eventually, hopefully.
Yeah, because like right now, I'm like trying to do that, and I'm like really struggling to take those steps. I've been trying to analyze within myself why it's such a struggle and why I'm thinking about all of these random things or things that don't matter, or I'm doing things just to kind of like delay the stuff that I actually should be doing, Like I did a bunch of stuff around the house instead of starting a personal training business,
Yeah.
Like, oh, I had stuff to do. Yeah, so I've been trying to figure out why I'm so hesitant to start this journey of mine into a personal training business. And because it's not like I haven't done it before. So I know exactly what it takes. Maybe that's probably why.
She's itching with her right leg.
That's good.
Sorry, go ahead.
So that's maybe why I'm so hesitant, because I know how much work it is. And I was saying before we got interrupted that I don't know how I'm saying this with like extreme hesitancy, because like I don't know how strong or independent I actually am. So that's kind of scary, because I've never done things solely on my own. Like I've always had kind of somebody with me.
Here's that
in the journey.
codependency.
Yeah. So like before I had my brothers
Yeah.
that I leaned on, and we were a really good team for a while, and then now it's like to do it by myself, I'm like, oh, it's almost like I'm forgetting all of my knowledge that I gained, and I'm like throwing my hands up and like, oh, I can't do it. That's like always in my mind. So there's like three 7,500 versions of me in my mind, like telling me all the things that I can and can't do. And like some days I'm like, I could do this right now, I just got to start it. And then other days I'm like, I'm not qualified, I'm a piece of shit, nobody cares about me, I can't do it on my own, I'm not smart enough.
Depends on where you're at in your cycle.
Yeah. Yeah. If I'm bleeding, it's bad. But no, I don't know. I'm always doing that type of stuff. So,
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. I don't know, like, I think it's just so much unknown about that. Like, doing the thing. Like, there's so much unknown.
Yeah, I mean, usually what happens with that is, like, we make it into a big deal, and then we do it, and we're like, that was, like, not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
Yeah,
and I
mean,
think I
it
do
is
that
scary.
a lot. I definitely make things a bigger deal, for
Yeah.
sure. I do that often.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know, like, yeah.
Just gotta do it,
Yeah, I know that.
It's that easy.
I know that. And that's where I tend to lean, and like I just kind of do things, which I'm glad that you kind of like talked me out of doing that before, because I was going to go buy a membership at a place just like to do it, and now I'm rethinking my whole idea.
Yeah, you were like, I'm going to buy yearly membership, and I was like, whoa, why?
Well, not a year, but,
yeah, you said a year at first, then you were like 6 months, and then you were like a month, and I'm like, why? And then we had a conversation, and you got a little salty, but you've mellowed out and have realized that I was looking out for your best interest.
I was right.
I was looking out for your best interest. That's how you should say it from now on. If you want to tell somebody that you were right, just tell them that you were looking out for their best interest instead of saying you're right. It sounds better. Try it.
No. But yeah, so I am potentially pivoting my entire location of where I would be doing it, which is kind of like a big deal.
Yeah.
It's like an extremely important part of the process of like, okay, where?
Yeah.
So
I mean, I feel like I'm always pivoting, and I get annoyed with myself because I'm like, this week I'm going to do this. And then the next week I'm like, well, I want to do that, but I want to do it like this instead. And then I'm just like, I get so annoyed with myself. I'm like, shut up. Just do something.
Yeah.
Which I am doing things, but I'm still annoyed with myself.
Yeah.
Because I can't make up my mind.
Yeah, because like there's moments where I think about doing the personal training stuff again, and I get excited and I get happy and I look forward to it, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait until I have clients and I'm like working with them one-on-one, and we're like in the gym together, and I'm like, we're like working through stuff, like I'm excited for that, and like thinking about it brings a smile to my face. But then, like, an hour later, I'm like, oh, I can't.
I don't want to.
I don't want to do that. It's too much time, too much responsibility. I gotta just make furniture. Like,
I'll just go pivot completely into something I have not done before.
I'll just make furniture and I'll sell it on the internet. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like a woman sometimes.
I think part of my thing is I know kind of like the direction I want to go. I mean, obviously I want to be into homeopathy. We didn't even talk about that. Obviously I want to be into homeopathy. But I am still in school. So until then, which is going to be 2.5 years until I'm qualified at this point, I need a different thing. And so I know that like I want to be in the like spiritual space, but not like I want to incorporate health and spirituality together, like woo-woo nutrition type of thing. And I get caught up on like thinking about random people that I don't even care about or talk to. I'm like, what about Frank from high school, you know?
There's Frank again.
I do know Frank from high school. I don't think about him. Like he's not a thought, but
maybe he thinks about you.
He might. But yeah, it's just like I think about these random people and then I'm like, why do they stop me from doing these things, you know? So I'm really working through that. I feel like this week is my week to clear that.
Yeah, you're gonna do it.
I am. So that's my obstacle, is thinking about other people and letting that stop me from my path that I want to go down.
Our greatest obstacle is always the reflection in the mirror.
For sure.
Every time.
And that is the goal, is to make that not true.
Yeah. Regardless of the obstacle, we overcome.
Definitely.
Yeah. And that's the message here at the Holy Health Podcast.
There we go.
Anytime that there's an obstacle, big or small, we overcome it.
For sure.
And through that process, we learn a lot about our life, and we learn about ourselves. And when you go back to that mirror and you look at it, you notice something different about yourself.
Yeah. And I think the goal with that is, you know, keeping your mental hygiene in tip-top shape. Because you can kind of get lost in the spin cycle of life and get stuck in that low vibe state.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do to keep that hygiene up there. You know, if you're scrolling, if you're addicted to nicotine, if you're addicted to caffeine, like there's ways that you can kind of like regulate yourself to get back to like a homeostasis. Like there's a whole, there's a doctor who does like a whole thing about that, like the strained brain, drained brain thing. Who is that lady? I forget who it is. But I think I'm subscribed to her text messages. Yeah, it's like once a week thing. She'll text me. 2
tips while you're looking that up for anybody, no matter what your morning routine looks like. Number 1, do you have her name?
Trish Lee, Dr. Trish Lee.
There you go. Number 1, get a brick or something similar.
A brick in your face.
So a brick is basically a magnet that you can put on your fridge or in your car or wherever you want to put it. It locks you out of your phone, and then you cannot get back into your phone unless you hit your brick. Like you tap the phone to the brick. Or you can set a time. So I have mine from 8 p.m. to 10 a.m. I am bricked out of basically everything except for texting and calling and camera and calendar. And so that will stop the scrolling.
And now that you listen to that, you'll get ads on your Facebook feed.
There you go. Brick. What are they, 20% off or something? But what's really cool is you buy
Use
one.
Use promo code Holy Health.
Yeah. No, don't. We're not sponsored. We could be. But
we don't have anything.
No. But what's really cool is you can buy a brick. And one brick is good for the household. So like you could download the Brick app and also use the brick. So like everybody doesn't.
So we're not talking about a stone.
No. What?
A brick.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a magnet. That's what I said if you would be listening to me.
I listen.
Yeah. So with the brick, everybody in the house can use it. So it's just like a one and done purchase. But that's great for scrolling, for early morning phone time that you get annoyed at yourself for having. It's eliminated just like that. Because like, if I'm laying in bed, unless it's a super duper emergency, I am not walking downstairs into the kitchen to unbrick my phone, you know?
Yeah.
It's just not happening. I'm just like, okay, I'll just read a book, you know? So, brick. Another one is, this happened before I started listening to The Secret again. I've been doing this off and on for a couple of weeks probably, is listening to positive affirmations on YouTube. So I just like have them on in the background, like when I'm getting ready for the day. I'll like repeat them. Why are you laughing?
It's funny.
Why is it funny?
It's just funny.
I don't know why it's funny.
Because I don't know who does that.
A lot of people. You laugh now. Wait till I'm over here levitating. Then you'll be sorry. You'll be listening to them too. But positive affirmations to kind of get your mindset right. You can listen to them and you don't have to like sit and meditate or anything like that. Why is it so funny? There's like millions of views on these affirmations.
I know. It's whatever.
You're the one that's
Do your thing.
out of the loop. Sheesh. So if you don't think it's hilarious like him, positive affirmations. I like Lavender is her name on YouTube.
Ooh, Lavender.
Lavender.
It's a play on words, huh?
Yeah. I don't see why it's so funny.
I don't know either.
Do you have anything to add to help the people, or you just your laughter?
Hey, laughter is pretty great. So, you know, if you can figure out how to laugh every day, it's a good idea.
There we go.
I enjoy a comedy show. It's definitely not church appropriate or child appropriate, but it's called Kill Tony. It's a pretty popular show. It's the #1 live podcast in the world. That's what Tony Hinchcliffe says. But I do enjoy listening to that. I don't watch it. There's some things on Netflix that he has, but it's a very large show, and it's very fun and entertaining, especially while you drive. And I listen to it, and I laugh, and I giggle, and it's funny. So,
cool.
Yeah, sometimes there's some pretty dark humor that it's like, okay. But it's still kind of funny. So that's always good to get into that field a little bit where, like, you know, if you can't laugh about it, then it's probably, you know, it's like there's an issue there.
Back to therapy.
Yeah, there's an issue. There's an issue going on here why it's not funny. It should be funny.
Yeah.
You should be able to make fun of it.
For sure.
You know?
Definitely.
So if you can't make fun of it, what are we doing?
Eventually we'll get to a comedy show. I've never been to one live.
Me neither. I think it'd be sweet.
I was going to go to one in March of 2020. It was like March 17th, I think it was canceled in New York. I was like planning to go to it. Didn't get there, but we'll get to one. Mm-hmm. I have my eye on a few people. So
would you ever try stand-up comedy?
No, never. I'm funny, but not. I couldn't. I don't have it in me. That's a special type of trauma to be able to get up there.
You think you're funny?
No. Do you think you're funny?
I think I'm funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was class clown. Class clown in high school. Yeah. Right here. Not most athletic. Not most likely to succeed. Class clown. Yeah. So. Cool. It's written in the books. I guess. Somewhere.
Yeah.
It's me.
Documented.
I'm more like in a situation like crowd of people.
You're
funny.
Like entertaining the crowd funny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what am I?
Yeah, I can be like the performer. I can be like the jokester. Yeah. Like in the group type of thing. I can make people laugh.
What would you classify me as? Because I'm not in a group making people laugh.
I don't know. You're like closet funny. That's it.
Closet funny.
You're closet funny. Okay. You're only funny towards me.
Only towards you?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I feel like anytime you're laughing, it's always either at me
I knew you were gonna
about
say
me or like with me.
that.
You know?
I guess. I make jokes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
About me or
Not
like
always
towards
about
me.
you.
You don't like do that with anybody else or around anybody else.
No. I don't think they can take it. They would take it as me being mean, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably. I don't know. Closet clown.
Closet clown.
And you're the class clown.
Closet clown, class clown.
Cool.
Yours is scarier.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like it here instead. In the closet.
So yeah, that's that. That's where we've been. That's what has gone on in our personal lives, the drama of us. So we've been through it. We're going through it. We're still doing it. We're taking the steps towards something.
We're walking.
We're going forward. We're not sure where, but we're going.
Yeah.
We haven't stopped yet. We're not gonna. And that's that.
Boom.
So.
You can find me everywhere down below. I'm still, out there sharing in the world. I do it's called the Weekly Dose on Substack, where I post basically a weekly roundup of like what I've had going on, different links, what I'm watching, what I'm reading, what I'm eating, recipes. It's kind of just, a roundup.
Follow along.
A roundup of my life for the previous week. So you can subscribe to that and check out what I have going on there. I will be sharing more about Lily's circumstance on there. And probably, maybe when we do the dog episode, I'll do that too. But I think that's it.
Sounds good.
Anything else?
Yeah, I don't have anything to promote. So.
Cool. Leave us a rating and review. Share the show with somebody that you know. And we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.